onto Scotland. So coach is Gregor Townsend, captain is Jamie Ritchie, world ranking 7th. Last year they finished 4th. In the last 5 tournaments they finished 3rd, 5th, 4th, 4th, and 4th. So what's the bets on the 4th place finish again this year? Odds to win the whole thing are 20-1. The fixture list: England away. That's going to be a huge game for them. The Calcutta Cup there. Then Wales at home. So, they could really, again, kind of similar to Wales, is just get that win at the, in the first round. Say just get it. It'd be a big win for them. But if they can manage that, and then suddenly that game between them and Wales becomes even bigger to get them, for them, really, I feel like getting into the top 2 would be a huge achievement. But if they can win those first 2, that it's possible. Then they go away to Paris to face France. They're the only team in recent years to actually beat France over there. So won't hold as much fear for them as it maybe would for other teams. Then Ireland at home is going to be another huge game because both of them are in the same World Cup pool, and Ireland have had the wood over Scotland for a long, long time now. So getting that win, proving they can beat Ireland, could be huge for that World Cup. Then finally, last game against Italy. You might see a lot of players getting debuts there with, a view to maybe building some depth for the World Cup into the squad then. So have a lot of Glasgow players in there. Glasgow in the recent kind of the last month or so have been coming into form as well. Edinburgh earlier on in the season were the team that were doing really well in the URC, but now Glasgow are overtaking them and come into some nice form. You've got the likes of Fraser Brown there, Matt Ferguson, Xander Ferguson, going to be big players for them. The Gray brothers there as well. Possibility, for the likes of Dave Cherry to really, show why he deserves more than the 8 caps that he already has. You got people like WP Nell. So it looks like a very experienced, forward group that they have. And even the players with kind of, you would call fringe players aren't coming in with just one cap or whatever. You've got a couple of uncapped players like Cameron Henderson from Leicester who could make his debut, but by and large, a lot of the players have 10 plus caps. So going to be fairly settled for them, I feel. Into the backs then we have the likes of Stuart Hogg. He got the captaincy taken off him, and he seems to be performing better since that happened. You got Chris Harris, great defensive centre, like Hugh Jones, Blair Kinghorn, who they tried at 10 in the autumn when Finn Russell wasn't picked. Kind of mixed reviews on that. To be generous to him, I think, with that. Then you do have Finn Russell in there as well, Ali Price, and then the likes of Van der Merwe. We've got no Darcy Graham available due to injury, but you do have some interesting players coming in. The likes of Ben Healy switched from Ireland to Scotland. You also have a couple of other uncapped players, Rory McConaughey and Stafford McDowell. Both could make their debuts here. You got Ollie Smith, and Kyle Stain from Glasgow Warriors, both showing some decent form recently. Cameron Redpath from Bath, who could add to his caps as well. But then, I think for Scotland, as I said earlier, if they could get into that top two, that would be seen as, a major step forward for them. The relationship, though, between Townsend and Russell is definitely going to be something that comes up at some stage during the Six Nations. It seems to happen every time the Scotland squad comes together and Russell is there. There seems to be something that happens that triggers some kind of, reaction from Townsend because of it. And so but if they can keep everything sweet there through the tournament, I think they're going to do maybe better than people expect them to. Then you've also got, as I said, Ben Healy switching from Ireland, the possibility of John Cooney, Ulster scrum half, also potentially switching. I think he's available from the middle of February or somewhere around there. So, and he's already talked, like Townsend's already said that he's talked to him about switching over, so you could maybe see him later on in the tournament as well. And then that whole thing with, themselves in Ireland in the same Rugby World Cup pool, that makes that just a massive game for both teams, I feel. And, they're going to want to show that they're progressing. Townsend is one of the coaches who's been under pressure recently because results have been up and down. So he's going to want to deliver this year.